Good morning, dear children. How are you all? I hope all are fine and safe at home. Dear children, I welcome you all to Social Science online class. Standard 8, History, Unit 6. The topic is Development of Industries in India. The topic is Development of Industries in India. Dear children, before I could start this lesson, I would like to ask a few questions. Do you all ready, children? Yes, very good. What is raw material? The basic material from which a product is made is called raw material. What is raw material? The basic material from which a product is made is called raw material. Mention some of the raw material, children. Yes. Steel, oil, corn, grain, lumber, forest resources, plastic, natural gas, coal, minerals, etc. Okay. Now, name some of the raw materials and finished products. Now, wood. Wood is a raw material. From wood, we can make bench, table, chair, sofa set, door, etc. Okay, these are the finished products. Now, take sugar cane. Sugar cane is a raw material, மூலப்பொருள். With the sugar cane, we can make sugar. Okay, sugar is a finished products, முடிவுற்ற பொருள். Okay, children. Now, next question. What do you mean by industries? What do you mean by industries? Economic activity concerned with the processing of raw materials and manufacture of goods in factories called industries. What is industries? Economic activity concerned with the processing of raw materials and manufacture of goods in factories called industries. Okay. Now, third question. What are the four types of industry? What are the four types of industry? Primary, secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Okay. Now, this primary sector includes agriculture, forestry, fishing, mining, quarrying and extraction of minerals. Okay. Now, these secondary sectors include manufacturing, electricity, gas, water supply and construction. Okay. Next one, this tertiary sector covers wide range of activities from commerce to administration and also transport, financial, real estate activities, business, personal service, education, health and work. Fourth one, quaternary sector. This quaternary sector consists of those industries provide information services. Okay. Now we are going to learn more in detail about development of industries in India. Here, the learning objectives of this lesson is acquaint with the traditional crafts of India. Acquaint with the traditional crafts of India. Second one, analyze the causes for the decline of Indian industries. Analyze the causes for the decline of Indian industries. Next one, understand the beginning of modern industries. The beginning of modern industries. Fourth one, understand the basis of industrial development in India. Okay. Now we will see the introduction of this lesson. The introduction of this lesson. India's traditional economy was characterized by a blend of agriculture and handicrafts. India's traditional economy was characterized by a blend of agriculture and handicrafts. Okay, here according to Edward Baines, he said, India is the birthplace of cotton manufacture. What he said? India is the birthplace of cotton manufacture. Next person, Bernier. Who is that? Bernier. Who visited India during the reign of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. What is the meaning of reign? R-E-I-G-N. Now there also rain, R-A-I-N. R-A-I-N, rain means மழை சொல்லிட்டு நம்ம சொல்லுவோம். Here R-E-I-G-N, rain means during his period. இவருடைய ஆட்சி காலத்தில். Okay, here Bernier, he visited India during the reign of Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan. He marveled at the incredible quality of manufactured goods. Okay, next person, Davenier. Who's that? Davenier. He was a French traveler. He also visited India. He admired the peacock throne. Peacock throne என்றதுனா மயில் ஆசனம். மயில் ஆசனத்தை கண்டு இவர் வியப்படைந்தார். Not only peacock throne, carpets of silk and gold as well as many carvings. Okay, now we will see the traditional crafts of India. இந்தியாவின் பாரம்பரிய கைவினை பொருட்கள் என்ன என்று பார்க்கலாம். Textiles, woodwork, ivory, stone cutting, leather, fragrance wood, metal work and jewelry. These are the traditional crafts of India. Okay, here village artisans, potters. Who is called potters? One who make pot is called potters. Okay, weavers, smiths produced articles and utensils for domestic use. What is the meaning of utensils? Utensils means vessels. Okay, next one, this. Some specialized goods also produced. They were cotton, textiles, muslin. What is the meaning of muslin? Muslin is a clothes. Then wood, silk and metal articles. Our country, India, was famous for its fine quality of cotton and silk clothes. Our country, India, was famous for its fine quality of cotton and silk clothes. Now we will see the places of industries in India. Places of industries in India. Now I will read out the places. You have to repeat it. Okay. New Delhi. You know about Delhi, no? Delhi is the capital city of India. Kanpur, Kulti, Assam, Dhaka, Risra, Jamshedpur, Calcutta, Ahmedabad, Saurashtra, Bombay. These are the places of industries in India. Here in Kulti, no? Kulti is the place. Here steel was first manufactured by modern method at Kulti. Okay. Here Kanpur, it is famous for woolen and leather. Rista, in Rista, jute is very famous. Dhaka, muslin clothes is famous in Dhaka. Saurashtra, here bell metal was famous in Saurashtra. Dear children, what is the meaning of peninsula? What is the meaning of peninsula? Peninsula means water surrounded by on three sides called peninsula. Our country also called peninsular country. Why? Because three side water. Here Arabian Sea. Where is Arabian Sea? on the west side. Bay of Bengal in the east, Indian Ocean on the south side. Okay. Next we will see decline of Indian industries. Decline. Loss of royal patronage. The British conquered the Indian territories one after another. பிரிட்டிஷர்ஸ் என்ன செய்தாங்க? இந்தியாவுடைய நிலப்பகுதிகளை ஒன்றன் பின் ஒன்றாக வெற்றி பெற்றார்கள். So what happened? The native rulers, the nobles and the landlords lost their power and prosperity. As a result, the craftsmen who were patronized by these rulers lost their importance and became very poor. Who became very poor? The craftsmen. Why? Because they did not know any other work. For generations, these craftsmen had been practicing their craft and they did not possess any other skills. Okay, so they had to work as laborers to fields to meet their daily needs. This resulted pressure on agriculture and there was large scale underemployment in agriculture. Commercial footloss in agriculture ruined the Indian agro-based industries. These handicraft industries came to an end. So, what was the result? The East India Company spread over various parts of the country. Okay, children. Next, we will see competition of machine-made goods. Textile was the oldest industry in India. Textile என்றது நெசவு தொழில். Okay. So, here in India, textile was the oldest industry. The skills of Indian weavers and the low production cost gave a tough competition to the European manufacturers. So as a result, it led to the invention of cotton gin, flying shuttle, spinning jenny, steam engine in England. What is cotton gin? Cotton gin is a machine that quickly separating cotton fiber from its seeds called cotton gin. Next one is flying shuttle. Parakkum Eri Nada. It was one of the key developments in the industrialization of weaving during the early revolution. This flying shuttle now, it was one of the key developments in the industrialization of weaving during the early revolution. It allowed a single weaver to weave much wider fabrics. Okay. Next one, spinning jenny. Spinning with more than one spindle at a time is called spinning jenny. Next one is steam engine. The steam engine uses the force produced by steam pressure to push a piston back and forth inside a cylinder. This pushing force is transformed by a connecting rod and a flywheel into rotational force for work. Here what happened? As a result, India became a market for the finished products of Britain. Okay children, next we will see
reign theory of Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji was the first to acknowledge that the poverty of the Indian people was due to the British exploitation of India's resources and the drain of India's wealth to Britain. இப்போ தாதாபாய் நவ்ரோஜி என்ன சொல்கிறாருன்னா, ஆங்கிலேயர்கள் இந்தியாவின் வளங்களை சுரண்டுவதும் இந்தியாவின் செல்வங்களை பிரிட்டனுக்கு கொண்டு செல்வதுமே இந்திய மக்களின் வறுமைக்கு காரணம் என்பதை முதலில் ஏற்றுக்கொண்டவர் தாதாபாய் நவ்ரோஜி. Now we will see trading policy of the British. All the policies implemented by the British government in India had a deep impact on India's indigenous. Indigenous means in Tamil, உள்நாட்டு தொழில். Free trade policy followed by the East India Company compelled the Indian traders to sell their goods below the market prices. This forced many craftsmen to abandon their ancestral handicrafts talents. Here, East India Company's aim was to buy the maximum quantity of Indian manufactured goods at the cheapest price and sell them to other European countries for a huge profit. This affected the traditional Indian industry. கிழக்கிந்திய கம்பெனியின் நோக்கமானது மலிவான விலையில் இந்திய தயாரிப்பு பொருட்களை பெருமளவிற்கு வாங்கி மற்ற ஐரோப்பிய நாடுகளுக்கு பெரும் லாபத்திற்கு விற்க வேண்டும் என்பதாகும். இது இந்திய பாரம்பரிய தொழில்களை வெகுவாக பாதித்தது. Heavy duties were charged on Indian goods in Britain. Duties means tax, worry. But at the same time, the English goods entering India were charged only nominal duties. Now we will see deindustrialization, தொழில்மயம் அழிதல். During the first half of the 19th century, Western countries were experiencing industrialization. India suffered a period of industrial decline. The process of disruption of traditional Indian crafts and decline in national income has been referred to as deindustrialization. பாரம்பரிய இந்திய கைவினை தொழிலுக்கு இடையூறு ஏற்படுத்தும் செயல்பாடு மற்றும் தேசிய வருமானத்தின் வீழ்ச்சி ஆகியன தொழில் மயமழிதல் என்று கூறப்படுகிறது. The main causes for the decline of handicraft industry was the greater employment opportunities and income generating effect of the modern factory. Now we will see beginning of modern industries. நவீன தொழிலகங்களின் தொடக்கம். The beginning of modern industry is associated with the development in mainly plantation like jute, cotton and also steel. There was a limited development of mining, especially coal. The accelerated industrialization began with the development of railways and roadways. This growth greatly influenced the economic and social life of people in the country. The two world wars gave an impetus. What is the meaning of impetus? Impetus means something that encourages to the development of number of industries such as chemical, iron and steel, sugar, cement, glass and other consumer goods. Most mills were set up by wealthy Indian businessmen. Initially, this development was confined to the setting up of cotton and jute textile mills. Plantation industries. The plantation industry was the first to attract the Europeans. The plantation industry could provide jobs on a large scale, and in reality, it could meet the increasing demands for tea, coffee, and indigo by the British society. Indigo means very dark blue in color. Therefore, plantation industry was started early on. The Assam Tea Company was founded in 1839. All these industries were controlled by the many former employees of the British East India Company. இந்த தொழில்கள் அனைத்தும் பிரிட்டிஷ் கிழக்கிந்திய நிறுவனத்தின் முன்னாள் ஊழியர்கள் பலரால் கட்டுப்படுத்தப்பட்டன. Machine based industries. In India, modern industrial sector in an organized form started with the establishment of cotton textile industry in Bombay in 1854. In 1855, jute industry was started at Risra near Calcutta. The first paper mill was started in Ballygunge near Calcutta in 1870. The cotton mills were dominated by Indian enterprises and the jute mill were owned by the British capitalists. Heavy industries, கனரக தொழில்கள். The heavy industries included the iron and steel industry. Steel was first manufactured by modern methods at Gulti in the year 1874. Iron and steel industry began rooted in the Indian soil in the beginning of 20th century. The Tata Iron Steel Company was set up in 1907 at Jamshedpur. It started producing pig iron in 1911. Pig iron means in Tamil தேனிரும்பு. A form of iron is not pure. தூய்மைப்படுத்தப்படாத இரும்பு. In 1911 and steel ingots in 1912. Ingots means solid piece of metal. Growth of modern industries. The length of railways increased from 2,573 km in the year 1861 to 55,773 km in 1914. Opening of Suez Canal also shortened the distance between Europe and India by about 4,830 km. This reduced distance facilitated further industrialization of India. As a result of Swadeshi movement, the cotton mills increased from 194 to 273 and jute mills from 36 to 64. Foreign capitalists were attracted to Indian industry as it held the prospect of high profit. Labor was extremely cheap. Raw materials were cheaply available. India and its neighbors provided a ready market. CII, Confederation of Indian Industry, இந்திய தொழில்துறை கூட்டமைப்பு. The Confederation of Indian Industry is a business association in India. இது ஒரு வணிக சங்கம். CII is a non-government, not for profit, industry-led and industry-managed organization. It was founded in 1985. It has over 9,000 members from the private as well as public sectors, including small and medium enterprises and multinational corporations. Now we will see industrial growth in India. To realize the dream of development of industries, Indian government adopted certain industrial policies and 5-year plans. One of the most important innovations in the industrial field after independence has been the introduction of 5-year plans and the direct participation in industry by the government as expressed in the Industrial Policy Resolution of 1948. The first 5-year plan, it was made for the duration of 1951 to 1956 under the leadership of our first Honorable Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. It was based on the Harold Domer model with a few modifications. Its main focus was on the agricultural development of the country. This plan was successful and achieved growth rate of 3.6%, more than its target of 2.1%. At the end of this plan, 5 IITs, that is Indian Institutes of Technology, were set up in the country. As per the Industrial Policy Resolution 1956, industries were classified into 3 categories. That is, Scheduled A, only the government can handle these industries. Some of these are atomic energy, electrical, iron, and steel and others. Schedule B, these comprise road and sea transportation, machine tools, aluminium, chemicals, including plastics and fertilizers, and certain types of mining. Schedule C, under this category, the remaining industries and left to the private sector. We will see phases of industrial development in India. Industrial development during 1950s to 1965. During this phase, a majority of consumer goods were produced in India. The first 3 5-year plans were very important because their aim was to build a strong industrial base in independent India. As a result, this phase witnessed a strong acceleration in the growth rate of production. Industrial development during 1965 to 1980. As the first 3 5-year plans mostly focused on the development of the capital goods sector, the consumer goods sector was neglected. The consumer goods sector is the backbone of rural economy. As the result, there was a fall in the growth rate of industrial production. So, this period is marked as the period of structural retrogression. எனவே இந்த காலகட்டம் பின்னடைவு காலமாக கருதப்படுகிறது. Industrial development during 1980s till 1991. The period of the 1980s can be considered as the period of the industrial recovery. This period witnessed quite a healthy industrial growth. இந்த காலத்தில் தொழில்துறை மிகவும் வளமான வளர்ச்சியை கண்டது. Industrial development post 1991 reforms. The year 1991 ushered a new era of the economic liberalization. India took major decisions to improve the performance of the industrial sector. The 10th and 11th 5-year plans witnessed a high growth rate of industrial production. The abolition of industrial licensing, dismantling of price controls, dilution of reservation of small scale industries, and virtual abolition of monopoly enabled Indian industry to flourish. The new policy welcomes foreign investments. Now we will see self-reliance, தற்சார்புடைமை. Another positive aspect of industrial growth is the attainment of the goal of self-reliance. We have achieved self-reliance in machinery, plant and other equipment. Today, the bulk of the equipment required for industrial and infrastructural development is produced within the country. The Indian road network has become one of the largest in the world. Government efforts led to the expansion of the network of national highways, state highways, and major district roads, which in turn has directly contributed to industrial growth. Dear children, I conclude this lesson by saying that industrialization is an important component of economic growth. India's industrial expansion over the planned period presents a mixed picture compared to the pre-independence level. Industrial growth during the 5-year plan period is phenomenal. Dear children, you may better understand, acquaint with the traditional crafts of India, analyze the causes for the decline of Indian industries, understand the beginning of modern industries, know the aim of 5-year plans, understand the phases of industrial development in India. Thank you, children. God bless you all.